Ford filed a patent to have a car self-repo itself, like self-repo, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they filed a patent so that if they needed to repossess the car, it would have the ability to do it.
All right, so technology in these cars is getting out of hand, so much so that hackers can actually expose flaws in some of these cars to be able to hack into your car. They can start your car now. They can, I'm sure they can look into some of these cameras. They can control the screens on these cars. We have a Kia dealer portal that was hacked, and it is leaving millions of vehicles at risk. Ray, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Here is a situation of technology being abused. There are unfortunately bad actors in this world, and they were able to hack into the Kia dealer network portal so that they could pull up information about all the vehicles that were sold. So they knew who it was sold to. There were passwords that they were able to get their hands on. They have the ability to be able to run things in these vehicles unbeknownst to the customer that has the car. It is just the ugliest of situations where you buy a car and someone else can control the car, and that is scary technology. And that is just probably the tip of the iceberg as far as what ultimately could happen with all these various types of technologies. I guess in my heart, I'd like to know that my car's connected to nothing. Okay, I know it's not, but you know. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could go back to a time where nobody had access to your car? There weren't all these computers in your car that people could access and know everything about you. To be able to collect data on you on how you drive the car, so that as a manufacturer, you could take that data and then sell it to the insurance company so they could raise your premium. I mean, it is the thought of what can happen because of all this technology, to me, is so frightening that it is literally just the tip of the iceberg.
So what I can see from at least this Kia network, so they had an app that could connect to your car. My wife has a new Honda Odyssey, and Honda has a similar type of a network where she can go into her phone and she can crank her car and not be near it because she's hooked onto this network.
Yes.
But the problem with this is it shares data also from your phone. So in addition, I'm trying to highlight it on the bottom screen, but that's not going to work. In addition to controlling the vehicles, hackers could also obtain personal information about the owner, because this information coming from, like in my wife's example, her phone, her contact list, her addresses, where she lives. But this included email and physical address, and also override owner logins to essentially make themselves the new owner. So these hackers could make the car think that the owner is no longer the owner, but the hacker was then the owner. And they could do this by taking control of the car and do it within about 30 seconds.
Scary stuff. I mean, literally scary stuff when you think about it. It is, we'd like to believe that everybody is good, when the reality is that, yeah, maybe the vast majority of people are good. But there are any number of people that live within our societies that, well, have nothing but bad intentions, that find it easier to do things like these hackers are doing to try and control something and to try and make a living than, I don't know, do beneficial work to try and make a living. And so we have to be aware that with all these technologies built into our phones, built into our cars, built into the laptop that I'm using right now so that I can be a part of this, we have to be aware that there are dangers associated with all of that. And most of us just blissfully go along until one day we get a notice from our bank that I don't know. It appears as if somebody's been using your debit card to be buying, I don't know, $3,000 worth of golf equipment, whatever it is. But it just, it happened. I can't tell you how many times that I have gotten notices from Bank of America that there are suspicious charges against my debit card. Okay. Well, I don't know how they got my debit card information, but they did. And the same can happen with your car. It is just frightening to think about things that bad actors can do or try to extract from us as ransom so that we can have our life back.
And the thing about it, the technology is getting better. We have cars. We have cars right now that will drive themselves. It hasn't been long ago. I think it was Ford. Ford filed a patent to have a car self-repo itself, self-repo, right?
Yes. Yeah, they filed a patent so that if they needed to repossess the car, it would have the ability to do it. Yeah, who knows what's next? It scares the hell out of me. Thank God I'm 73 and I don't have to find out what's going to happen 30 years from now, because it is going to be an uglier world in 30 years than it is today.
Didn't the people say that 30 years ago, and then the people said that 30 years before that?
Yeah. No, but you know what? Every 30 years, the sons are right.
So I have two Teslas. I've got an S and I've got a 3, and like they're watching me while I'm driving. So when I put it in, I can put it into autopilot. Yes. And if I look down at my phone while this car is driving me on the highway or whatever, it will yell at me and it will take it off of autopilot and say, "Put your hands on the steering wheel, sir."
Is that the way you want to live your life? I would prefer that my wife were still alive and she would be the one telling me to put my hands back on the wheel. Okay.
Yeah, what's funny about that is I don't have FSD. I'm scared of it. I used autopilot a little bit and it wouldn't stay on the road, and so I'm out. I enjoy the car or whatever, but I'm not doing autopilot. I'm not doing FSD. But I did tell someone that I would like to experience FSD. Maybe I'll pay for it for 1 month or whatever, and let the car do that, so I can yell at the car while it's driving, so I know what it feels like to be my wife when I'm driving the car.
So funny.
Yeah, she's actually in the room right now too.
Yeah. Thinking, you need to find out. I can't tell you how many times when God rest her soul, my wife was alive and we'd be driving somewhere, and for a split second I'd take my hand off the wheel, and I knew what are you doing? Put your hands back on the wheel. Where'd you learn to drive? Oh my God, honey, relax. So yeah, and I'm with you. I try to autopilot. When we were in Detroit last year, and Justice rented a Tesla because he wanted to see me drive it, and I can sit here and I can tell you, it literally scared the crap out of me. Okay, because I did not feel comfortable being in a car that was like, I don't know, driving itself. I didn't feel comfortable with that. It felt like it was taking the curves a little faster than I would like to take them. Now, it knew it could take them at that speed, okay, or at least it thought it did. And Justice will tell you, it scared the crap out of me. And so for the life of me, I don't understand how people can use FSD. But I suppose for those who are comfortable doing it, God bless you, enjoy it. Just know that Ray ain't never doing it.
Yeah, I'm out on it too. One thing I can say, we'll wrap this up, but one thing I can say that I do enjoy, that it's actually a good thing for me, and my wife knows this, is that I'll sit at a stoplight and I'll check emails, I'll check YouTube stuff, whatever, and I will not recognize that the light has turned green, but the Tesla will alert me whenever the light turns green, so I know to go. But other than that, I'm out on FSD. I'm out now on autopilot. It scares me. I don't, and I've experienced the autopilot, so I can't imagine it. The autopilot is so bad that I can't imagine even allowing it to take control for FSD, because they got to get autopilot better so I can ease into it if I'm going to allow Elon to drive me around.
I do have to ask you one question about one of your Teslas. Did you get the car handle fixed?
No, it's so yeah. What I figured out, and this might be the most used car dealer thing I can say, is I don't know if I'll even fix it, because I figured out a workaround to be able to get the door to open without needing the door handle to actually come out. I can push the door handle and then grab the bottom section right under the windshield. And if I simultaneously push and pull the car at the same time, then I can get the door open.
Oh, okay. That sounds like they should program that into every one of their cars, to just make it more fun for every Tesla owner. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say build quality is not the best.
Well, listen, the truth of the matter is that when I drove that Tesla last year, the build quality is not the best. The fit and finish is not the best. But I will say this, the software that's built into the car is extraordinary. I mean, truly, when you think about it, I mean, it's a vehicle for software. Okay. It is a vehicle for computers. It is just, I was so impressed with the software and how things work. That to me made a Tesla a Tesla. The quality of the vehicle to me left a lot to be desired. I think we had a Model Y, and to fit 5 people in it, that fit 3 people in the back, was like, I don't know how the back could be so narrow that 3 people couldn't fit back there comfortably. But that was the case. And yeah, I mean, the fit and finish is horrible, but it's, it was fun to drive for a minute.
I have related my Model 3, not the Model S. The Model S feels like a luxury car. It feels like a BMW when I'm driving it. The suspension's good, everything like that. But the Model 3 feels like I'm driving a very, very fast 2005 Kia Spectra.
Oh, I like that. I think they're going to use that in their future marketing.
That'll sell tons of them. All right, so all of you watching it here, I know most of you are not subscribed, so I need you to hit that subscribe button. Whatever we need to do to get you to hit that subscribe button, Ray will do it. So just hit it for us and let us know what he needs to do down in the comments to get you to subscribe.
I am incredibly well today. High energy, ready to go. Had a great interview with the Canadian Broadcasting Company in Canada for a radio spot that they're doing. I am like horse poop. I am everywhere.
I don't think I've ever heard that reference before. Is that a real reference, or did you just make that up?
Well, that's a reference from probably 100 or so years ago, when horses were a tad more prevalent than they are today, and horse was everywhere.
Yeah. So my talking about horses, my grandfather, who I spent a very, very long time with, because he was a car dealer before me, and I would that's how I got started in the car industry, is I would start going to car auctions with him. But he would always do these sayings, but they were just always a tad off. So one of the things is, you want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yes.
Where he would say you would want to hear it straight from the donkey's ass or the donkey's butt. Yeah, that's what he would say. And he would have another one, but I can't I can't say that one. I don't even think I can even come close to saying it.
You can't.
I can't.
Just,
I can't.
Just leave it.
Yeah,
We had
yeah.
lots of them. We'll leave it at
Anyway, but it was just always funny to hear him have his sayings because he would be so close. He'd be so close. And you know exactly the saying that he was trying to say, but he was just a little bit off. And the little bit that he was off changes it completely.
I think there was a famous baseball player that was pretty good at that. Yogi Berra.
Yogi Berra, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
Oh, what was my favorite one? Oh, well, we don't know where we are, but we're making really good time.
A friend of mine used to say, I might have been born at night, but it wasn't yesterday. But I think it was supposed to be, but it wasn't last night. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, you ready to get started with the actual car?
There's
stuff
a show
that we have to talk about.
Sure, why not?
Awesome. All right, okay. How do I do technology again? Let's see. There it is. All right, we're gonna surprise you though. Nobody look at that yet. All right.
I didn't see it.
All right, we are live now. This is episode 2 of Car Sense. I have me here. I have Ray here. So between the two of us, with Ray's 357 years worth of knowledge, then we have over. Well, so I was trying to do a joke where I was going to say we can have over a combined 400 years of knowledge here, but that doesn't work because I only have 13 years.
Yeah, so apparently I've been in the industry for 387 years, ladies and gentlemen. And so between the two of us, we have 400 years of experience, and we're about to, share that with you today.